Hello and welcome to our 2019 rankings video. Obviously, I do my top 20 every year, and I haven't got around to doing my own one yet, filming it. But it was fun last year, 2018. I guess we did the video in 2019, but our 2018, I don't think we'd done that before, so it was kind of fun to both compile a list. Obviously, I'm a list obsessive. I'm always like compiling my favorite lists and everything.
And then I have to do it, and I'm sat there ripping my hair out because I feel like I'm being unfair to the other movies.
Yeah, so I would like to just register right now that I really like doing this video with Connie, but just seeing her at my laptop about 15 minutes ago doing the list and getting so like wrapped up in it and going, oh no, and you were like, I'm so uncomfortable. And I thought, what is it, the chair? You're like, no, that one's there and this one's there. And obviously we're withholding each other's lists from each other, so it's a surprise. That makes it a lot more fun. So yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if anything in this video is going to live up to the entertainment I got just from lying on my floor watching you kind of fret over what was going to go where, and you're like, oh, but there's like films that are the better,
I
the
moved
films
things
I'm impressed by
minutes.
more, or
Yeah.
this one
things that I looked
felt
more
more
forward to before the movie came out, and maybe I'm still living in the joy of looking forward to it. You know what I mean?
I guess, but
I
once
was
the
looking
film comes
forward
out,
to it. Yeah, but I was looking forward to it for so long that maybe I have more of the memory of how awesome it was going to be, and then I have that memory wrapped into how the movie actually was. Even though I really enjoyed the movie, did I enjoy it as much as the anticipation of it? I can't remember.
Okay.
And then there are other movies that surprised me more because I didn't even watch a trailer of it before, and then it's like there's fewer elements of enjoyment.
Yeah. Okay, so how did you want to do this? How did you want to...
Do you want to start from the bottom and then work our way up the way we did last time?
We didn't do that last time. I think last time we did a top 10 and then we did...
No, we did everything.
No, we did the top 10, then we did the bottom 5, and then we did everything in between because you wanted to do everything. But if you want to go from the bottom, I guess. But no, because if we go from the bottom, that means when we get to the top 10, we're both going to have a pretty good idea of what each other's top 10s are. So I say we do bottom 5.
Are you sure that's the way we did it?
It was
Did
convoluted. That's what we said. I didn't check the whole video, but at the beginning of the video, you wanted to do it from the bottom up, and I said, well, no, that's going to...
What did we end up doing in the end?
I'm pretty sure we ended up doing a bottom 5, and then the top 10, and then we kind of filled in the rest just to
fine. Okay, we'll do the bottom 5.
Bottom 5 first, okay. So
because I have actually a picture of the bottom 5 right here.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean that all of the bottom 5s are bad movies. It's about what I enjoyed and what I feel like, oh, do I want to watch this again? Maybe not.
Yeah, okay. So my bottom, and I watched 70. How many did you have in your...
55.
55. I think your list last year was like 52, so just a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
So my bottom, the one at the very bottom that I enjoyed the least, number 70, is Hellboy.
My bottom 5, like number 55, is also Hellboy.
Really?
Yeah.
Your absolute bottom?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
And I was thinking now, it's going to be a movie I haven't seen, and that I don't feel like that counts. But yeah, I'm glad.
Okay. After that, the next lowest for me at number 69 is Between Two Ferns, the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
I liked it. It just wasn't all that great. I don't think I'd ever want to watch it again. It was a few laughs, but it was just very, very weak. Nothing.
I feel like I enjoyed that very much.
Parts of it
No, I definitely enjoyed it more than
parts of it were really good, but as a movie, it didn't hold up for me. So.
My number 54, and you're going to be shocked, but maybe not, is actually Apollo 11. I was so bored.
I know you didn't like that one, so it's not a surprise to me.
And it was just an uncomfortable experience in the cinema as well, because I was turned with the other way, but it was like...
Yeah, small cinema,
like
front row, right on the edge, so you have to look up like that. I had a headache
I didn't
afterward.
have a good experience.
My number 3 bottom is number 68. You'll probably be really disappointed by this one, actually. X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Really? That far down?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
it was good.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Wasn't terrible.
It wasn't like an amazing movie, but I enjoyed it so much, and I've been looking forward to watching it again.
Yeah.
He just hasn't bought it yet. Mine, 53, bottom 3, is Us.
Okay.
I didn't think it was that great. I was very disappointed
Us-
in it.
Us-
It had some good elements though.
Us is 59 for me, so it's close to the bottom for me too. The next one for me, number 4 from the bottom, is Gemini Man.
So actually, your 59 then is actually further down than my 53. So in a way,
Yeah, a little
you know
bit.
what I mean? Yeah. What was yours? Sorry.
Gemini Man, yeah, number 67. It was good. I enjoyed parts of it, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. So this one you're gonna hate me, because I can see how many stars you got on it.
Oh yeah, you can see how many stars I've rated because you've gone through my letterbox
Yeah, but
account
like
to do
you
the list.
said, things that you rated isn't necessarily up there anyway.
Yeah.
My 52. It's not because it wasn't good. It's just that I don't
Oh, I
think that
know
I
what
want
it
to
is.
watch it again.
Captain Marvel.
No.
No?
In anytime soon, or maybe at all.
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm 63. 63 up.
Okay.
Because it's not bad. It's enjoyable to watch, but I feel like I'm just watching another episode of Modern Family, if you know what I mean. It's like I don't need to watch that again, but it's nice to see what's happened. I feel like I like all of it more than just that single episode.
That's
that
fair.
I'm right now.
That's a fair way to look at it.
So it's not that it's not that it's not good, because it's a brilliant way of making things. So I praise them for making these, and that's great. But the enjoyment of it isn't up there, and I don't want to watch it again.
For anyone unfamiliar, 63 Up was the most recent installment in a long-running documentary TV series in the UK where they follow people every 7 years and have been doing it for like 50 plus years. And the most recent one in 2019 was they were all 63. They're like, I just thought it was incredible. And now Lily's going to get up onto your drawing desk where there's stuff that she can lick.
Get down! Get down now! She takes like 20 seconds to jump. Right, okay, and we're bottom...
moving back into it. So then,
fifth.
Yeah, so fifth from the bottom is Men in Black International.
Mine is Shaun the Sheep. Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon. I didn't take a picture of the whole thing. I don't remember much of it, so to me, if it wasn't that memorable, I can't have enjoyed it that much. I think that I'm sure I enjoyed it at some extent, but it's not as enjoyable as the other movies that are above it, I guess.
It's that 50...
Not that it wasn't good, again, but it's just like...
You don't need to keep repeating
didn't
that.
have as much fun watching it.
Yeah, it's number 53 for me. I thought the first one was incredible, and the second one...
Yeah, so it's number 51, so there you go.
Yeah, but the second one, it was good, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't quite as good as the first one.
Yeah.
All right,
Do you want me to go first and then you, or you first and then me?
You can go first. You're number 10.
No, you go first.
Why?
Because you started out with first in the bottom 10. No, bottom 5, so if we go... No, it's going to mess it up. You go first.
My number 10 is One Cut of the Dead. That's right, yes. I think we're going to have to just lock Lily in the kitchen because she's causing too much trouble at the moment.
It's okay.
It might be okay.
My number 10 is Jojo Rabbit.
Okay.
It made the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's one of the things that was tearing me apart.
See, we really need to curb this before we go any further. I don't care what you have in your list or where you have it.
Sure you do. You care a little bit.
It's nice
if I had Hellboy as top 10, you'd be like, okay, so maybe you need to give the ring back.
Yeah, but I knew there's no way that's going to happen, but you don't need to be like...
Can you calm the fuck down and piss off? Thank you. Well, go grab her and put her in the kitchen then. Right. What was your... Oh, right. What was your 10 again?
My number 10 was One Cut of the Dead.
Right, yes.
So, brilliant film. Japanese. I've done a video about it, so I know we both did a video about it, so you can go check that out. Love that film. It was a 2017 film. Like, I think it was... They showed it at a festival in 2017, and then in 2018 it got a release, but... It didn't come out in Europe until 2019, so that was why I counted it as, which is how I usually do things. Anyway, so your 10 was Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 9 is The Favourite, which is a 2018 movie, but wasn't released in the UK until January 1st of 2019, and it was at my number 1 for a very long time, and it's slowly slipped down since then. I have a feeling if I would rewatch it, it would go up again, but I haven't seen it since. But it's just like a film that I didn't expect to really enjoy because I hate that time period from the way things look, the buildings, the costumes. But it was just a fucking incredible film.
See, I want to watch it more now because it made your top 10. Top 9.
There was no way it could not be in the top 10. The three main performances from Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone, they're just all brilliant. It's just an excellent film. So, yeah, number 9 for me.
Mine's Weathering with You.
Okay.
It's just great.
That's the latest Makoto Shinkai animated movie.
It just can't not be in the top 10. And I enjoyed it more than Jojo Rabbit, so that's why it made 9.
Okay. We went to the cinema to see that, I think, in early 2020. But again, 2019 movie. So, yeah, that's a really, really good one. For me, my number 8 is 63 Up. This was in my top 5 for a while, and maybe even higher.
I can't believe mine is bottom 5.
No, it's fine. I understand your point of it being the whole being better than the thing itself, but even just seeing, I think his name's Tony, the kind of cheeky, chappy London kid from the first one. Well, he's in all of them, but just seeing him at the beginning of this documentary as an old 63-year-old, kind of jogging through the woods, and then cutting to him jogging through the schoolyards. It was just moving to me, just seeing the simple passage of time. Like, the brilliance of it is just the simplicity of it and the consistency of it and the fact that they've kept it going for so long. And then seeing people like Nick, who's like going through throat cancer and stuff, and you're just like, he looks like he's like, he's like gaunt, and he looks like he's wasting away.
I really hope that we get to see him in 70 Up.
Yeah, it's the first death. I don't know. It's really interesting how the first film is dealing with like
who died again?
I forget her name. She was the librarian, and she passed away a few years before the most recent one.
Her mom died as well, so it was probably cancer, both of them.
No, well, I guess you don't remember. I've seen the film twice now.
I remember her crying about her mom dying.
Yeah, but and she had this thing with her brain, I think, where she was worrying that was going to kill her. What killed her was she was playing with her grandkid, I think, and she got hit in the arm and got a bruise, and felt dehydrated, and then I think went to bed and then got up, and literally was just this freak thing, and it killed her. Like, it was just crazy. Like, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I might be getting the details a little bit wrong, but I'm fairly sure it was something so simple.
Don't play with your grandchildren, people.
Don't say that. But so just seeing the very first film, which is about like the imagination of a kid facing the world and their life unfolding before them, and then now you have this one where people are reaching not the end of their lives in some cases, but some of them it is, and I just found that really powerful, and so that's why it was in my top 10. So your number 8.
Knives Out.
Cool.
It's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it again. You've already seen it again.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, and I really want to watch it again, but I didn't go with you when you went to watch it again the second time. I can't wait for it to come out so I can...
It is on its way.
Yeah. Good. Number 7.
My number 7 is Joker. So I...
See, this is the thing. It's like, I'm just like, okay. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm not even going to look at you so you don't react, but I'm fairly certain Joker is your number 1. Now, I'll move on with what I have to say about it. When I first saw it, I was a little bit uncomfortable with it. I thought, wow, what a brilliant performance, but I'm really unsure of the things that he did and how the film is kind of portraying him and stuff. And then you were away, I think in Norway. You came back, went to see it with you. I think it's one of my favourite going to see a movie experiences with you because we watched it.
I was so into it.
I had no idea what you thought. I had no read in it whatsoever.
I didn't know that I was going to like it because of the way he described it the first time.
Yeah, and usually when we come out of a film, we're not like, oh, what did you think? I don't know. We kind of just leave it for a bit. So we went down
I was waiting for him to ask me what you think.
Yeah.
I felt like... And I was so eager to say, so I was thinking, how should I say this the right way? And then...
Yeah, so we go down the escalators and then we go outside, we go around the corner. I was like, what do you think? And you said something to the effect of, I'm not sure how I feel about the things that he did, but I think it's probably one of the best films I've ever seen. And it blew me away. And then you can go watch our video. We did like a 50-minute long video where we discussed all of that.
Yeah.
And then that reinvigorated my interest in it. We went to see it for a third time, or a second time for me. No, third time for me, second time for you. So I just love the experience of seeing
At
that.
least it made the top 7, so.
Oh yeah, it's a great film. And
that.
people have been shitting on it. That's fine. I don't care what other people think. Really, I think it's a great film.
I care too much about what other people think.
Yeah, well, I say that, you know, I do get dragged down by the Star Wars opinions and how people hate on that.
Tell me about it, and then I get angry.
Yeah, but yeah, Joker for me was great, and it has been hovering up and down between the number 5, 6, and 7 spots for me since it came out. It just went down just a little bit, maybe because I've watched it 3 times now, and I've made a couple of videos about it for my work, so I'm kind of almost jokered out a little bit. But it was a film that just stuck with me for a very long time, and his performance was great, won all the awards, rightfully so. That was my number 7.
So this is where things started getting really tricky for me, because I recognize that the films are maybe more well made than others, and I know how some movies have gotten like more awards than others, etc., and what other people are saying, and then that keeps affecting me as well. But my number 7, even though for a lot of people this would probably be the number 1, is Parasites. I enjoyed it a lot. It was an amazing movie. It was really well done. I'm so happy for what's his name for getting all of this.
Yeah, the Oscars.
I can't remember his name. Sorry.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah, and but it's, for me, the enjoyment brings it down.
Yeah.
So it's not like that I didn't enjoy it, but the other movies above, for me, gave me more emotions.
Yeah.
Than this one.
That's understandable.
So it's about how I enjoyed it, not just how much, but also the way I enjoyed it and how many times I would like to watch it again, etc., etc.
Okay.
And how much I was looking forward to it, and I didn't really know about it. So those kind of things are.
Okay. My number 6 is Dr. Sleep, which has been.
I thought that was going to be a lot further up for you.
It is and it isn't, and I'll get when I get to my number 5, I'll tell you why there's a little bit of a difference there. But even just us recently watching the 3-hour director's cut has made me enjoy it even more. I think it's a brilliant film, and I would watch it.
Because when we came out, you're like, "It's one of the best movies that I've seen this year" or something.
Yeah, and it's up there. You know, it's.
I guess
it just wasn't. Yeah. There's a few more that I think are above it for me. So
more enjoyable.
Yeah, to a degree, exactly. But in different ways.
Yes.
But
because also they are different categories or genres.
I suppose,
right?
Yeah. I mean, up front, my top 10 is really jumbled. Even even up to like the top 20, it's all like
Even my top 3, I'm a little bit like.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So what is your
my number 6 is also Dr. Sleep.
Ah, nice. Okay, snap. Did the director...
Which is why I'm surprised that yours was 6 as well, because I thought like that would be top 3 for you.
Did the director's cut change that for you? Make it better? Make it worse? Oh, you didn't finish it, did you? Oh, you did finish it. I remember you did finish it. I had
to go to sleep. I was done for.
Yeah.
I did finish it.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah.
It changed it a little bit. I don't remember much about the cinema experience. What made it like not as impactful for me, because I think I expected more of it when I watched it in the cinema. I think that I enjoyed the director's cut more, because the first time I watched it, I don't remember much about how I felt when I watched it. I think that I was a little bit disappointed when I came out of the cinema.
Oh, okay.
And then your excitement of it made me kind of like, okay, so maybe it was a lot better than what I thought. And then when I watched it the second time, I managed to enjoy it a lot more and look at it differently as well.
Okay. All right.
So yes, it did change my mind. What's your 5?
I would say that Joker had the same effect with me, with you, how you loved that, and it made me appreciate it more.
And it didn't go the other way around.
Yeah, so my number 5 is Marriage Story.
Which I haven't seen.
You haven't seen, so...
No, and I want to see it.
Yeah, it's a brilliant film. The acting is great. I just was really wrapped up in the story. I'd probably want to watch Dr. Sleep more than I would Marriage Story, because Marriage Story is more of an emotional kind of film. But, coming from divorced parents, there was tiny things I could relate to. Not much, because the lifestyle is completely different and everything, but just the basic idea of these two parents trying to deal with having a son and how they, deal with being parents to that when they're also trying to figure out everything else that's going on. So part of me was really emotionally involved due to that, but I also think it's a great film with great acting, and so it was number 5 for me.
My number 5 is The Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
Just because I enjoyed it a lot. That's it.
That's it? Okay. We'll move swiftly on. Number 4 for me is Knives Out.
I expected it to be high up.
Yeah, it was lower initially, but when I saw it the second time down on the Pier Cinema, it was just an amazing experience because I when we first saw it, I was really looking forward to it. I love Ryan Johnson as a director. Our cinema experience was a little bit tainted by the fact that I think there wasn't as many adverts as usual. So for the first 10 minutes of the film, when we were near the front, people just walking past us, we couldn't pay full attention to that opening 10 minutes. But it was great. Yeah, I loved the film, thought it was great. But I thought, is it going to hold up as much now that I know everything that happens, all the twists and turns? And then everyone was telling me, wow, it's even better the second time. I thought, really? So I went to see it the second time, and it really was, because you start spotting things, and it just gives the film a completely different view. And the people in that room were just loving it, laughing at all the right moments. It was such a great experience. So for me, it bumped up a bit to number 4.
My number 4 is Endgame, purely because I enjoyed it so much. Okay. And I watched it again, and then again.
Yeah.
And then again. So
has rewatch value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much. And I think it's a great movie, but when it comes to, again, like Parasite, the way things are made, it's because completely different genre. It's more of a genre that I enjoy watching as well. So, enjoyment. Top 3.
Well, I have top 3. So I almost want to, like, could you guess what might be in my top 3 before I get to it? Now that we're reaching the kind of critical point of the top 3 favourites of the year for 2019.
I don't know. I don't want to guess it because if I guess it, then I'm scared that I'm going to spoil some of mine. Okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be that, but okay, fair enough. We'll leave that. My number 3 is Jojo Rabbit.
Of course, yeah.
Of course. Yeah, I should have thought about that. I was really shocked with this film because I was looking forward to it, wasn't really looking forward to it. Love Taika Waititi, love all of his films, and even the first half an hour of this, I didn't enjoy that much. I actually thought, I'm not sure I like the humour, like what he's doing with this. And then something just clicked and I realised what it was about. And when you're introduced to the character who is living in the kind of the walls of this kid's house, and it becomes about that relationship, that's when it just completely changed for me. And then I was able to appreciate the humour more and just the ideas that it presents. And I just think it's a really powerful film. It harkens back to what Chaplin did in The Great Dictator, taking the piss out of Hitler, whilst at the same time making this really powerful dramatic message at the end. You know, it's just a really weird blend of just, really dark kind of black comedy and then actually having a really great message in there at the same time. So I thought that it was a fantastic film. Your number 3.
Do you want to give it a guess?
No, it's okay. We'll just...
this is where I was really struggling because this had a lot with how much I was looking forward to this movie.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The build up to when
it can't be that.
It was coming out, and then getting to watch it as well, and then I watched it again a second time, just to make sure that I actually did enjoy it.
Huh.
You want to give it a guess?
Is it Chapter 2?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Holy shit.
It built up so much for me. I was painting stuff and stuff like that.
That is true.
And I did enjoy it a lot. It was scarier as well. And I think that it was actually initially probably better made because they're jumping a lot back and forth. And I think that they do that quite well. The first one I didn't find scary. So to me, it's a horror movie, but still. And it was just impressive the way it was made, but this one, the acting, both groups, the way they looked so much alike, and the acted, I think that it was more well made as well, and just because I enjoyed it so much. So yeah, a horror movie is actually my top 3. Yeah,
I loved It Chapter 2. I think for me it was number 32 on my list. But it's a film that most people they're like, oh god, really bad. Like people really didn't like the film.
Yeah, but they hate Star Wars too, so.
But I thought it was great. I really loved It Chapter 2. It was a little bit repetitive for me, at times, but I loved the story and I loved the previous film, and we watched the making of documentary on the Blu-ray, which is a really good hour plus look at both films and how they put it all together, which was really great. But I haven't seen it again, and maybe it'll jump up a little bit for me. But yeah, I really did enjoy that and rated it really highly. My number 2, which might surprise you, you might even say, which one's that again, is Wild Rose.
Oh, okay. No, I remember what that one is.
What was your little...
Oh, I thought it was going to be something else.
What do you think it was going to be?
No, I'm not going to say because I thought it was going to be the one that I have as number 2.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So Wild Rose, complete surprise. I love that film. I think it's a perfect film. There's
I
just
know that
nothing
you
wrong
loved
with
it, but it's just...
Yeah, I know you didn't like it as much.
No. I really liked it. But to me, it wasn't like that enjoyable. It was really well made, and I appreciate the story and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like, oh, I can't wait to watch that again.
What I love about it is that it's a movie about a woman who's trying to make it as a singer, and she has this kind of unrealistic goal of going to America and making it and all that kind of thing.
It's such a bland story.
No, yeah, but the whole point is that when she finally gets there, spoilers, she realizes that's not really the point.
Which is a normal movie. Again.
I don't know.
Like that happens in 50% of cliche movies.
No, in a cliche movie, she'd make it there and she would be a success, and that would be the whole... Yeah.
Nowadays, people always the right thing to do here is to go back.
No, so...
It's almost like the villain becoming the hero in the end. It's that kind of thing.
It was surprising to me. I just thought that,
I thought it was predictable, but okay.
I'll stop talking because it's just going to be like me
I thought it
praising
was great, but
and
I just
you're being
top
no,
two.
No, it isn't. No, it's cliche. No, it's predictable.
Yeah, okay.
All right, fine. Forget
you want to give my top two a guess then? My number two.
I have no idea.
Alita Battle Angel.
Angel.
Alita Battle Angel. I thought that was going to be because I know that you loved it so much. Mm-hmm. So now I'm thinking maybe that's your number one because why is it not top 10? So I'm a little bit shocked. But okay, go on. What's your number one?
Do you want to say anything about Alita? Or
no, everybody knows Alita.
Okay.
It's so well made. It's just the way that it was made, basically. It's not as enjoyable for me like Endgame and those others, but because of the way it's been made and how much I appreciate all of the work that went into it, and etc. And then of course the fact that they might not make a second one, which is sad to me. So it's getting some sympathy points as well. Music, visual, I just really appreciate all the CGI in it.
That sounds like a title of a European movie or something. Everybody knows Alita. Anyway, so my number one. What's that face?
Go on, what is it?
What do you think it is?
Well, it's not Joker, is it?
No. My number one is, and has been since April of last year, Avengers Endgame.
Really?
Completely. And to me this isn't like it was the most enjoyable one, or it was just the one that I'd rewatch. No, it's a fucking masterpiece, I think.
It is great.
I think it is an incredible film, 3 hours long, never feels like it. Part of it is the cinema experience.
Watch it again and again.
We went to see it at the midnight premiere with Infinity War, and then I think went to see it the next day, and then every night for 3 or 4 nights I went back to watch it just to get that opening weekend crowd experience.
See, I couldn't do that because I went home to Norway.
Yeah, but the
day after.
And it was one of those things you'll never get back again, because you're never going to be in a packed cinema of people who've never seen Avengers Endgame again.
I watched it 4 times though, didn't I?
You watched it quite a few times.
We watched it 4DX as well. That was nice.
Oh, that was, I have thoughts about that.
Blowing my hair like that, and I was
I have thoughts about that, and we need to finish off the Road to Endgame series and talk about Endgame. But another time. Yeah. And I just think every character, just how many characters are in the film, and how everything pays off, and again, it seems like people are now turning on it. Again, it's one of the things that becomes the biggest film of all time, and then 6 months later, it's that's one of the worst Marvel movies, and I just don't get how people seem to turn so quickly on these things. It's like their memory is very short, but yeah, and I haven't seen it, since it came out really in full, but seeing it in the cinema all those times, it held up, and just the emotion of it, and also the excitement of it. Like when
there's laughter, tears, and fear, and everything at once. And the tears are so choking, ugly crying.
Yeah.
I ugly cry when I watch that. It's like it's so fucking sad.
So, I did my film awards recently, and in my film awards, I had Robert Downey Jr. I nominated him as best actor for Endgame, and a few people were like, "Oh, really?" Yeah, I think that's an amazing performance. Not just the whole stuff at the end.
3000.
Not even all that stuff. The stuff at the beginning when he gets back from space and he's all emaciated and he's angry and picking a fight with Captain America. He just gives an amazing performance, I think, and a lot of the other actors do give great performances. The way the action's built up, and being in the cinema when Captain America caught the hammer, which now has become kind of like
I got chills.
Right, so there's you see Thor, he's down there, Thanos is pushing the...
And then Thor's like, I knew it. No.
You see the axe getting pushed into his chest, you're like, oh no, and then you just see the hammer lift. And at the time I was like, what the fuck is happening? I had no idea what, it wasn't like I was thinking, oh, Captain America's going to do it. I didn't click. And then when he catches it, and I have like the audio recording, I just went, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've never shouted what the fuck in a cinema before. And then
Maybe it's over it.
And then the whole portal sequence, I mean, it's just incredible. It's just...
Avengers. Assemble.
Yeah.
Fine, okay. I changed it. No. Because you're talking about it now, and I'm remembering all of the feelings. It's. There's no doubt. It's number 3 over it. It might be number 2 actually.
Well, anyway, so you're number 1.
See, this is why I was struggling so much. Of course, it's over it.
Get over it.
It's over. It's number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah,
wow.
I'm moving it up. Sorry, Lita. Sorry, it. Sorry, Bill.
See, it's weird. You do feel...
Sorry, Stephen King.
It's weird. You do feel bad, don't you? Even though it's just an imaginary list that you're making up, you still feel like there's some responsibility.
I feel like I've broken up with someone and I'm taking them back. Because I realised, okay, maybe you were good to me. Maybe it wasn't that bad. There aren't just bad memories, I feel like the bad person, like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Please forgive me. Yeah, no, it's number 2.
And your number 1 is?
Joker.
Yeah.
How could it not be? How could it fucking not be? Did you buy it yet?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
See, because I'm waiting to watch it again.
Again, because I've seen it 3 times now, so I feel like I've kind of, I want to give a bit more distance.
I have 2, haven't I?
Yeah.
What? How did you watch it 3 times and me 3 as well? Did I go and watch it alone or something?
Maybe, I don't know.
Sure you haven't watched it, you watched it 4 times.
I've
Only watched it twice?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, but yeah, it's just a masterpiece. That's it.
So, 65 is the Lego Movie Part 2, 64 Detective Pikachu, 63 Aladdin, 62 The Lion King, 61 The Perfection, 60 Yesterday, 59 Us, 58 Apollo 11, 57 Fast and Furious Hobbs and Shaw, 56 Fire, 55 Zombieland Double Tap, 54 Crawl, 53 Shaun the Sheep the Movie Farmageddon, 52 Rambo Last Blood, and 51 How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World.
Oh, now I'm feeling that a lot of the things from 50 and up is actually movies that I haven't seen. Because all of those were movies that I had seen.
There's a few, yeah.
Yeah.
A few.
So I think that my list is actually kind of similar to the bottom from you.
Okay.
It's just that I don't have those in
Yeah,
between that
the other
I
ones
haven't seen.
Yeah.
So
How do you want to do this then?
So you can say, what's your number 50?
My number 50 is Fighting with My Family.
I haven't seen that, but I really want to watch it. My number 50 is Aladdin.
Okay. 49 for me is Toy Story 4.
Mine is Men in Black.
48 is Brightburn.
Hobbs and Shaw.
47 is Shazam.
Gemini Man.
46 Dumbo, which you haven't seen.
No. Breaking Bad, the movie.
Okay, number 45 for me is The Dead Don't Die.
Crawl.
44 Captain Marvel.
Oh, okay. Lego movie.
43 Klaus.
The Farewell.
42 John Wick Chapter 3.
Rambo.
41 Greta.
See, I want to see that one too, but you won't let me watch it with you. Between Two Ferns, because I feel like I enjoy that more than the other ones because it was funny, and I think I needed a funny movie that day.
Okay, right. Number 40 I have Midsummer, but honestly I just plonked that there because I got no idea what to do with it. When I first saw the film I put it at the bottom of my list because I just didn't know how to categorize it because it's I just don't know what to think and I want to see the director's cut and I have a feeling I would put it, if I was to say what are some of the best films of the year, it would probably be in the top 10 because it is fucking incredible. The acting.
Okay, so maybe we should watch that tonight then.
The acting, the cinematography, it's just brilliant, but I just need to watch it again. So I've just kind of plonked it in the middle because I don't know where to put it. And I like that I don't know where to put it.
The way that he's described it made it seem like it was just a gross movie.
There are gross things in it.
Like I'm not going to want to eat for a week.
There are gross things in it, but the whole... it's brilliant.
Okay. what was that, 40?
Yeah.
Uncut Gems.
Fairly close to me-ish. Number 39 is Evelyn, a Netflix documentary, which is very emotional, but I would highly recommend it. It's a great film about a family kind of confronting their grief over a loved one they lost many years ago, and they kind of have been pushing it away.
See, I haven't been thinking about what movies I've seen from 2019 that you haven't.
Okay.
Like, what about that climbing movie that I've seen but you haven't? Isn't that from 2019?
That's 2017.
Oh,
The Dawn Wall, yeah.
Okay. My 39 is John Wick.
38 for me is Frozen 2.
Toy Story 4.
37 is Long Shot.
Pet Sematary.
36, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Rocket Man.
35, Bait.
Okay,
That was
seen that.
that was that British film that was shot on film and made to look like an old movie. Well, not made to look like an old movie, but it was shot on old.
The Fisherman movie.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Very strange, very different, very unique. But I liked how it was just something I'd never seen before in a modern movie. You'd need to see it. You just saw bits of it.
I saw enough, and I hated what I saw.
I'm not saying you physically yourself need to see it. I'm saying someone would. No, someone would need to see it to understand and judge it.
You said you need to see it. Yeah, like you're talking to me.
You need to see. You can't just look at like a few minutes and go, "Oh, that's horrible." You'd need to sit down and watch it before you judge. I think fully.
I watched a lot more than that before I decided.
So,
what number was that?
That was
35.
Yeah.
The Perfection. It was just, it's not like an amazing movie, but it was just so weird. So I had so many weird emotions while watching it, so that's how it made it so high up.
I really enjoyed it. It just it kind of fell apart at the end. It got really silly, but the build-up was incredible.
Yeah,
I loved some of the acting.
I was so
and stuff.
shocked of it, and it was a movie that just came out of nowhere, where you just it was...
Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 34 for me was Uncut Gems. I really enjoyed it. A little bit overrated from what everyone was saying, but you know.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Number 33 for me is Ad Astra.
Dolomite Is My Name.
Number 32 is It Chapter 2.
Fire.
Yeah. 31 for me is Booksmart.
Mine too.
Yeah. Number 30, Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Pokemon.
29, Rocket Man.
Wild Rose.
28, Pet Sematary.
Yesterday.
27, Glass. Kind of underrated, I think. People really thought that was a bad film. I thought it was excellent. I really loved Glass.
Zombieland.
26, Dolomite Is My Name, and Fucking Up Motherfuckers Is My Game.
Oh, I'm glad you're not saying the thing that I said. Lion King.
Wow,
I
that was a weird
didn't
note.
enjoy it as much as I thought I would, and having had it on in the background again, I didn't actually look up that much. I really appreciate what they did though. So this is purely like what I enjoyed, but it looks amazing, and I think they did an amazing job making it. But enjoyment of it, and like how when I was watching the trailers, I always choked up when I watched the trailer.
Same. Yeah,
and then when I watched the movie, I think I was underwhelmed.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why it's so much lower.
Number 25 for me is Stan and Ollie, which is a film about Laurel and Hardy in their kind of last tour together. Brilliant film.
Long shot. It was funny.
Yeah, it's great. Number 24 is The Fight. Highly recommend. I mean, it's a tough film to find probably, but it was. If anyone has seen Spaced, Jessica Stevenson, she wrote and directed and starred in it. A British drama, very very good.
Shazam, because I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would.
Really surprising, that one. It was so much fun.
It was, and I watched it again during Christmas when it came out on Sky Cinema, and I was just like, it had some funny bits in it that actually made me laugh out loud for quite a while, and I was gonna tell some of my friends about that funny bit where they're both flying on different they're in the air and they're so far away.
That's the best part.
And he's like having this I'm gonna do this against you, blah blah blah, and he's like, I can't hear you because you're really far away, blah 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 blah. And it's exactly what they do in these superhero movies, and you're not supposed to hear them. So it's just the way. I couldn't tell my friend. It took me probably 4 minutes to get it out, because every time I was going to explain it, I just burst out crying, laughing and crying. So yeah, it was just surprising because it's basically a kids movie, and then it came up that high.
Yeah, I really like that one a lot. 23 for me is 1917, just an incredible film.
I'm sure it is. 23 is Klaus.
Klaus, yeah. 22 for me is Tolkien.
Brightburn. I was looking a lot more forward to it, so I remember being disappointed. It was higher up on the list, and I kept bringing it down and down and down.
21 for me is Weathering with You.
Spider-Man Far From Home. Where on earth is your Spider-Man?
I don't even have it on my list. Holy shit.
I was thinking like that should be further down for you. It should be closer to Captain America. So.
You mean Captain Marvel?
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home. It would probably be in the 30s. I think. Really enjoyed it. Really good, but
not as good as the first one.
Can't believe I didn't even figure it. So
20.
I haven't said my 20 yet.
That's why I'm saying 10.
My number 20 is Fleabag. It was a.
Oh, the movie.
It's not a movie. It's a theatre.
Play.
Yeah, they filmed the play basically, and they showed it in cinemas. And I'd watched the series, loved it, and then I made you watch the whole series. So I watched like both series twice, and then went to see the original play that it was based on. And she kind of did one last run of it, and it's just her on a stool for an hour and a half, and it was brilliant. So not perfect, but I just thought it was a really interesting and different kind of cinema experience, and I just really enjoyed seeing it.
My 20 is Ad Astra.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you had to remind me, because I thought it was going to be the other one.
First Man.
Yeah.
Number 19 for me is The Irishman, and you could make a good case for that being one of the top 10 films of the year. I think it's brilliant, but it's not one I'd go back to again and again. But even though it is 3.5 hours long, after I'd watched it, I really felt like watching it again. But I just didn't have the time to, So it's.
No, I haven't taken the time to watch it the first time.
Yeah, so that's my number 19.
Which I'm pretty sure would be high up if I had watched it. My 19 is Captain Marvel. 18
for me is Little Women. That was great.
Where is your How to Train Your Dragon then?
It was near the bottom.
I don't remember you saying it.
It was my number 51.
Yeah, okay. My 18 is How to Train Your Dragon. 17?
Terminator Dark Fate. For a while this was in my top 10. I really loved Terminator Dark Fate. I was really surprised. Really, really good.
I kept bringing it down as well.
Yeah.
My 17 is Glass.
Okay.
I'm unsure, but I think that I enjoyed it more than I remember, and because it is a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure if it's right to have it in 17, but it's there for now. 16
for me is Vada by Agnès, documentary, the last film made by Agnès Vada, which I really enjoyed.
My 16 is One Cut of the Dead.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad it was fairly high.
Yeah.
15 for me.
It kept getting up and up and up and up.
That's good. 15 for me was El Camino, Breaking Bad movie.
And mine is Tolkien.
Yeah, that was a real surprise, that one. We didn't really expect much from it, but it was really good.
The music was amazing.
Yeah, number 14 for me is The Farewell.
My 14 is Godzilla. The reason is because it's the genre that I like to watch, and I think that I enjoyed it more than the other ones.
It's an amazing film visually. Just
where was yours, Godzilla?
30.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Number 13 for me is Parasite. So again, for me, one of the best films of the year.
Why wasn't that in top 10?
I think maybe just like the last 15 minutes were a little bit underwhelming compared to the rest, and I was a little bit unsure. I need to see it again. Now that I know what happens, I think it'll be much more interesting to watch it again, and it could jump up. But it is undeniably brilliant, and I really, really loved it.
My 13 is Terminator Dark Fate.
Mm-hmm. My number 12 is Alita Battle Angel, and it was heartbreaking to take it out of the top 10 because I loved Alita Battle Angel. That was just such a great film.
That's why I was
my
shocked.
Yeah, but it had to get pushed out.
The further up by the 10s we got, I was thinking, okay, so Alita is what, top 4? No, 3. Okay, what? My 12 is Frozen 2. I think it's purely because I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it.
Much better than the first one, I thought.
And the music was so much better as well. I'm not sure if it belongs there, because maybe I enjoy Terminator more, but I'm not sure. It's two completely different genres, so it's very hard to choose. What's your 11?
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, of course. Where would that be? Why isn't it in top 10?
I know, yeah. It's I don't know. I loved it. I think that
it's like you have 63 up over Star Wars.
Yeah, well, I think that there are weaknesses to the film. I think that. If when you watch The Rise of Skywalker, it feels like they shit the bed a little bit and they weren't sure what to do and they're trying to please everyone. And I feel like they just lost a grip on certain things. I still love it. But also, and this is a key thing, is that I used to love Return of the Jedi when I was a kid. That was my favourite one. But because it's the last one, there's a little bit of sadness to it. It's a little bittersweet, So it's the same with The Rise of Skywalker. When I watch it, it's the end, And so for me personally, for enjoyment's sake, Even with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, but Endgame was the end as well.
A little bit, but that's like, I don't know, that to me, Endgame just knocked everything out of the park, and The Rise of Skywalker didn't, but it still had amazing moments.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really good. And as a Star Wars fan, I was really satisfied by everything, but I just think the other...
Surprising. Star Wars didn't make it top 10.
Yeah, I mean...
I think you made the wrong choice, but okay.
No, it's just the way that maybe it would change over time, but I feel like... and watching it over and over again, I mean, I think I saw it 3 times in the cinema, maybe 4 times. It didn't retain its... it was still great, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's not a knock against it.
It was more the first time.
And we recently watched the feature-length making-of documentary of The Rise of Skywalker, and that actually got me more like, oh yeah, it just reinvigorated my enjoyment of it, but it's still just outside the top 10 for me. But, The Force Awakens was my #1 film of 2015, The Last Jedi was my #1 film of 2017, but Rogue One and Solo, I don't think they were in my top 10, so it's just one of those things where I think they could have done even better, but I still am really satisfied and love what they did, to begin with, and it's done now anyway. So it's you can either enjoy it or not. So that's
my top 11.
Oh, we forgot one more movie left.
My top 11 was in the top 10 for a while, and then I kept bringing it down and then down and then down.
What could it be?
And I'm actually not sure if it's still, maybe it's still too high. But because I've only watched it once. So I think I need to watch it again, and it might actually go further down. I'm not sure. You should be able to guess what it is.
Once you say it, I'll be like, of course.
Dark Phoenix.
Ah, wow, okay.
Because I really, really, really enjoyed it. But
cool.
I just don't remember enough of it, so I think I need to watch it again because people trashed it, and I'm thinking maybe there's a reason why. I don't know, so I want to watch it again.
I enjoyed it. It just wasn't. It didn't.
Yeah, but did I enjoy it more? Did I think that it was Terminator maybe better, or I'm not sure. So
there we go. That was our very long. Holy shit! Much longer than last year.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of walking back and forth.
Yeah, we had some Lily problems.
Yeah,
the Lily situation.
Now, so.
Yeah, so there we go. That was our rankings for 2019. And this was enjoyable. This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
It's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans of Carlin into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you. 'Cause